from LNG this split, but something that, again, if you've been playing League of Legends for any number of seasons and you're a jungler, you've got Lee Sin in the pool.
Yes, absolutely. It does have the ability
Important as we see Zhao Hao fishing around it in the mid lane here.
Oh, Haichao looking for a trade, but he's going to receive the gank flash away, matched by Xiao Hao perfectly for the knock-up, and it's first.
Wait to see where the Taliyah flashes to, moving your mouse to that, getting your flash in the right spot.
Oh, Perugia, lovely engage. The Alistair went from XD to you're done, Fish one. On with the kill in bot side, and LNG pushing too hard in mid and bot lane.
And this is the start that we wanted to see here from EDG. 3-0, double kill for their AD.
Push here, trying to crash these waves in and maintaining a small CS lead, but Perugia threatening with a Hex Flash as well. Gets in with a double knockup, straight into the boomerang blade of Fish one, about to get stunned up, but the bouncing autos will catch again. Perugia, you highlighted this player route, dude. He's already...
The answer has just been an unequivocal no. This Alistair has been absolutely incredible as now Zhao Hao makes his way back to mid.
Oh dear, Haichao on a bit of a journey in the river, meets two members of EDG. It is going from bad to worse on this spot.
That resigns them to not being able to play in the play-ins. It gives Ultra Prime that berth into 4th place and means that now the rest of this series is ultimately 4-0. As we see LNG and EDG want to, because the way that this early game has gone, they've just hit Hot Pot combo as well. I think this is their time to thrive.
Yeah, absolutely. LNG trying to take away some of these grubs. They are on vision, but it's not a grand rush from EDG over to that top side. Maybe going to give them a little bit of reprieve just for now. OVO is keeping an eye on any movements from mid lane. LNG will maybe find something, but now here comes the rotation. Actually hung around just a little bit too long, did the rel. TP in from Angel as well. Another kill for Ana's. Haichao trying to desperately scrape back, but a flash over Perugia dodges the seismic shove into the combo with the shockwave. Xiao Hao around the corner, and that's another death for Taliyah.
And Perugia once again showing why we've been so excited by this player. Harpoons at minions, and he can keep his team in the, just without losing anything on the top side. He'll be more than happy.
Now Fang has to dash back to OVO. Stuns up high, Xiao Hao on the engage. Perugia's ready, gets a flash out of the rel. Out comes the equalizer. There's the hotbot combo and OVO. Nowhere to go, no more options. It's another kill for EDG.
No flash, no follow-up. You know how well it is that they've been able to execute on these early games as Xiao Hao looks to find that second dragon of the game. Don't expect that LNG will really be able to find a contest for these long before the Soul. And a very, very tight window for them if they want to try and make their way back into this honestly in the next 10 minutes. And you can see they're looking onto this top side thing on just knocking the Taliyah into the wall. If Xiao Hao flashes it, there's an opportunity for a flash follow if he wants it, but instead just decides not to. As ZDZ now may be in a bit of trouble.
Zika with the knockup and the second rotation from Taliyah, not cowed by that top lane flash loss, and will actually finally secure first kill of the game, first kill of the day for LNG.
And there we go, Zika trying to make some plays. Xiao Hao comes down to the bot side to get a little bit of gold, but there's a TP ward behind LNG here, one that maybe Perugia can look to spellbook swap to. Instead, they might just go through the front door here, and there we go.
Oh dear. Yep, Haichao flashing in. Xiao Hao, I should say, flashing in. Haichao doesn't have a flash of their own. Perugia flies in with another headbutt. No escape this time for Taliyah. And OVO's around the corner with the flash rate from Zika should get them out of dodge. Xiao Fang as well waiting to see if there's an angle, as Angel has been having a very quiet game, a very cool, pleasant walk in the park so far on this first day. He's just taking top lane tower with no contest.
Yeah, exactly. You commit 2 people to the bot lane, play your 2 solo laners. It means that top side is going to go largely missing. And now Xiao Feng here looking for Xiao Hao. Not sure who it is that's caught who.
He's landed the Q, he's gone in with the kickback. OVO around the corner with a knock-in and a Magnet Storm with the crash down. Fish one ready. Can we get a kill on the carry? We absolutely can. But here's the rotation. At what cost, LNG? Fish one cooking down from ZDZ and a flash over from An to secure it. Rumble chasing down the Unara. And LNG go deep for a kill, but they give 2 back.
And importantly, right, I like the fact that the shutdown is on the Unara. A little bit of gold for Fish One means he's that little bit closer to being able to carry. But even On, still fishing here. This Sivir is an absolute fiend in this game, and On's going to find another one onto OVO, who on this rail, certainly struggling to keep pace with EDG and with Perukia. 12-2 now in this early game as we get to see maybe an interrupt on Xiao Hao's recall. And Angel, again, at this point, definitely strong enough to win this.
Yeah, the walk in the park is over, and now it's time for a scrap in the back alley. Drops the ultimate on Haikyao. Remember, still no flash, still no options. They are
The value is that each own item gives you 1,000 gold's worth of stats, and that's not enough to even get LNG back to being even. So it's yeah, it's looking pretty rough right now if you're an LNG fan, and honestly, the best thing that you can do is hope and pray that EDG forget how to close out a game, but with OVO caught in the jungle, it's not looking all that likely. The tier 1 next up for grabs.
Oh, Perukia again with an engage with a lovely shockwave to drag back Cunara, barely limping to safety. Is that late game carry in Fish one, but the turret's certainly not going to last.
And EDG just absolutely running roughshod over LNG in this early game, through into the mid game now as well. And I might look for Angel.
Okay, an easy flash away from Oriana, gets back to the turret, in comes Taliable, cannot connect the seismic shove, and Angel will walk away unscathed. But LNG trying to make plays, trying to find an EDG member on the back half there. Ultimately unsuccessful, and the Dragon now over Xiao Hao as well, with an early Cloud Soul point to play for.
Yeah, the flick going wide there. Unfortunate miss from Xiao Hao's Perukia. Spellbook Smite steals away the blue buff from Xiaofeng as they're just looking to get anything back, Trajan, and it's just not working.
This is a Perukia masterclass this game for sure. He's been catching multiple kills in bot lane. He's getting ganks off on the rest of the map in mid game. He's denying Xiaofeng from getting a jungle lead on Sin. This guy is just everywhere this morning.
For EDG, this is reminiscent. Hi, Xiao, though.
We've seen this before, and he doesn't have the flash, but right now, the Atakan is a bit of a different beast, and from what I can see on the general consensus of League analysts, we are struggling with the concept still.
Yes, and for EDG, looks like they're struggling with not fighting really. Hello.
Yeah, Perukia leading the charge in. We'll find OVO, but the TP's coming in. We are dropping it all on this Atakan play for LNG. Can they force the throw? But a shockwave removes Talia from the equation. Xiaofeng looking for a route in, but just can't find an angle. Zika picked apart in the 1v5, and the full chase is on from EDG. Again, it is just one by one. Down the line they go. LNG can find nothing.
An absolute slaughter, and honestly business as usual for EDG through this game one. Maybe Xiaofeng can snipe away a steal here, but it's going to be so hard done by. Spotted out with the flag, and you already know they're not going to leave this one up to chance. Perukia and ZDZ, like sharks in the water, they smell blood and they want it.
Dear, Perukia blocking the Q, over the wall he goes. ZDZ to complete the kill, and an Atakan.
Too deep. Goes straight in on top of the Alistair, in between the Oriana and the Jarvan. Eats a shockwave to the face and immediately gets taken out. Xiaofeng, this whole time, he throws one Q and then runs away. He's not a part of this fight. Knows that even if he W's over there to try and give some sort of disengage peel, nothing's going to happen. And we go back to live. Hao Chao's dead. OVO's dead with 22 minutes in, CJ. And I think that, EDG, they're already... this game, largely chalk and cheese.
Yeah, not what I'd call breaking news. The deaths of Hao Chao and OVO right there. 7 deaths apiece right now. Haikyao with one lonely kill as the towers continue to tumble on LNG's map. Their hopes of a postseason slipping away by the second. Zika trying to desperately get back to the top side. Again, we've not really had much to say about Zika right now. He was put into a losing matchup to gracefully scale up on Ornn. He's done fine. Xiao Hao with some pinks to sit on, step up behind the pit. And LNG, last team fight didn't go great, but they know they cannot just sit and wait or the game will just end. EDG forcing the issue once again. Xiao Hao over the wall with a perfect flank. He's going to get 4 of them in there. Down comes the hotbot, the shockwave, the combos, the ults just layering one after another. And the double knockup from Perukia just to put a pretty bow on it and a cherry on top. EDG decisively sweep away LNG's hopes, LNG's dreams, and they are looking to get themselves right back on the path to victory.
And that's the team fight we've been looking for, Trajan. A glorious 5-0 ace to seal game one.
No notes for EDG, to be honest. I don't know if anyone really made a material error in this game. 2 kills to LNG's name, 3 grubs, and that's about it. EDG showing the quality they have.
The safety and not actually throwing hands in this 2 versus 2 makes a little bit of sense. I do think that Senna versus Braum in particular actually a really good matchup. Senna's auto attacks not counting as a projectile, meaning quick that soul proc onto Fish 1.
We haven't seen too much of the junglers so far, but Xiaohao now ready to try and find an angle here. Remember, no flash Lucian, and the flash in from Perukia gets the hook, locks him down, and Xiaohao around the corner. This is just curtains for Lucian, but he's not going to go down without a fight. Picks up the first
Cautious,
kill.
I guess, of how EDG would be able to take down a tank with this composition, and we might get to see how they take down a 5 versus 5, or at the very least a 4v4. Looks like LNG are posturing around these grubs. And Zika down on the bot side. He has got teleport.
Wants to come in, he can. So far, EDG are going to take the ball, and LNG again not pulling the trigger. Similar to game number 1, they'll show up for the play, but just cannot seem to get
the amount of souls that you're going to get. That's another one onto OVO. So whether or not he can stand and T-pose like that in the face of LNG without punishment.
He doesn't quite land the hook, and the Trundle Pillar will slowly advance. Dragon already completed. Now LNG a little bunched up. Actually, engage comes in from Xiao. Hi Xiao, but they engage right back in there. The public execution from CDG separates them off. Angel with the first kill into OVO. Finally, Xiao Fang on the board, but they cannot get the Akali off this. Azir's back. Fish on with the barrier to keep himself topped up. Can do a little bit of damage. But EDG, they get the objective. They
by this LNG roster, they're going to use that advantage to try to take this Rift Herald, but EDG again, teleports ready, heals ready, Storming Shadow coming up off cooldown.
All 10 members accumulating in the river. Herald done for Xiaofan, but he's taking a lot of punishment on the front line. Has to drop the shield down. Perukia over the wall, looks to lock them down. ZDZ with the first kill. In goes Angel. Now OVO fleeing. High Chow with the scoop back, keeps himself alive for now, but again, the solo laners from EDG are just inevitable. You put the wall up, they'll just leap right over it. And LNG are now trapped under this top lane tower. Fish one doing what he can. On poking and prodding. And EDG are just bottling them in this top lane.
Get the wave!
From the Nautilus. CDC doing what he can. Fish one desperately hugging the wall, but in comes Angel. Throws out the 5-point strike, and it's another kill for Akali. Now Zika, the last left alive, manages to scrape his way out. On reaching too far, and LNG's top laner
paying
again.
dividends for the time being. But Perukia, once again, eyes on High Chow every single chance he gets, looking constantly at how he can with this bot lane tier 1 turret. They do still have the Rift Herald as well, and that tier 1 turret in the mid lane isn't, you know...
Sadly, it will be at the cost of the Dragon.
Yeah, and I think this is a good play for LNG still. That taking turrets around the map, opening up the map as well. Actually, you know, looks pretty good for them at this stage. Might even be able to find it.
We're now looking at second items coming in across the board. We've seen it almost entirely completed, for which EG just Xiaohao left to get that one done on the Trundle. But LNG as well, we've already got the Rala. He's got a Flicker Blade and even more crit for Fish 1. So this Lucian is heading into a mid game and should be able to do a heck of a lot of damage. A big culling onto the right target could be game-changing. OVO, in fact, drops the ultimate onto Perukia. This Nautilus, remember, not so tanky, has to flash away, and Xiao Fang will secure it. In comes Zika from the side. ZDZ looking for an angle. Doesn't quite get stunned. Angel as well. Both the solo laners isolated, but Xiao Fang forgotten about on the left flank and goes down to Arm. Now Xiaohao can run forward looking for OVO. A root comes in. ZDZ dives. High Chow with a shoot back, but cannot stop Angel. Fish one back to the tower. He needs to try and survive, but Angel says absolutely not. Takes him down without a second thought. The triple for Akali, and EDG run the fight again.
Masterclass from Angel on this Akali in game number 2. Saw the Azir and decided that this is the matchup that he wanted, and we can see why.
From Zika, I'm not sure what the angle is here, but maybe they have one. EDG looking to just pick up this objective. The Atakan so well managed in game 1. Looks like it's going to be the same in game 2, wasting no time fleeing back to the base.
Almost on the top side, Xiao Fang just gets left like a lamb to the slaughter, and then the ensuing 4v4. About to cut back to life.
Oh my word, Xiao Fang again back in there, but look at Angel. He's into the backside again. ZDZ following up as well. 2 more on the board for this Akali. I think we're at 10-0 right now, at least for this mid laner for EDG. There it is. No assists required. It's all kills. Angel currently just sitting with the bulk of EDG. No crazy flank position just yet. Fish One and High Chow have got to be terrified of this threat over the wall.
Waiting for Angel to see what his pop-off can do. No shuriken flip, so there's not a way for him to get in just yet. On, though, in a bit of trouble.
That's the flash away, barely scraping away. Of course, the center being alive means he can heal up a little bit. The dragon forgotten by the wayside as Xiaofang looking for Angel to keep him out. He's being zoned decently right now. Barukia, though, with the hook. Out comes the slam.
In
Down
goes
goes the dragon and into the backline again. It's Angel. You cannot escape this, man. ZDZ once again draws the target on Haichao's back. And it's the same formula every time, Rude.
But they'll be happy to take some gold back on the map. They'll take this bot lane tier 1, which feels a little bit... Everybody else has already fallen down. The power of the Scion may be good as a front line, but if it just gets ignored, what is it that LNG are to do?
Absolutely flawless by EDG, making such great use of their mobile solo laners, diving into that backline time and time again. LNG now trying desperately to pick up some bounties on the map, but ZDZ strolling down the river into a flank position, a double route from An. Angel surely just waiting for the chance to go in. ZDZ's been spotted. They have the Azir Sundisk as well that can delay this, but he's going to cut the wave for them. This just feels like, again, the tension building, and LNG trying to take this.
They're going to look for him now.
Look,
can he ult OVO?
Very isolated. Lovely follow-up by Zika and Fishon with the kill. There's something back for LNG now.
Go Baron. Honestly, this game is so difficult. As we get later, this is your best chance to get the Baron and also your best chance at trying to deny it. Stop Angel from getting in, steal away the Baron. Either of those are your win cons here, and it's still difficult.
Yeah, maybe Haichao can finally not get publicly executed in this play. They're already backing away. In comes the flag. Fishon, how is he so low already? On with the ultimate, moves the deal. Angel beautifully stasising through the Emperor's Divider, now annihilated on the backline as well. Takes out one, forces the flash from the second, dashes over for that one, and oh my word, EDG, it is just the same every single time. Even 4v5, Angel picks up the slack and does the work of both solo laners. Zika will get a last-ditch kill, but now the Baron's exposed.
Yeah, Perukia cursing his AD carry there a little bit because On decided to hit 4 auto attacks on the control ward, and this is the Akali performance that we love seeing.
Yeah, finally choosing to bet on himself right here into the backline again. Goes into the stun combination with a quick shroud will get him out of danger right there. Xiaofang heading for the hills, just delaying the inevitable. Angel picks up another Haichao, maybe looking to strip away those Medjai stacks, desperately reaching for a Sand Soldier auto, but there's just not enough space for it. On with the fire back, and the Sundisk is up, but it cannot stop the march of EDG. One by one again, LNG crumble, and Zika so many times in this series, in this year maybe, abandoned under the bot side tower to be the last death for LNG. Another Baron push is coming into
the minions. Guys, kill the Scion. We need the minions, please. They do manage to find what is another 5-4-0, and I mean, EDG at this point are just having fun with their food. It's taken them a little bit longer than game number 1 did, but On is to 145 stacks, 30 minutes into this game. Like, he's also attacking from the Howling Abyss. It's just not fair at this point to try and make LNG play this one out.
Yeah, with the level of stacking that they were doing from minute 1, forcing those early trades, playing the range so beautifully, and on now, it's paying dividends. You know, even with the build that static shivs, black cleavers, RFCs,
6+. And EDG probably looking to put the final nail in the coffin of this series.
Yeah, top lane tower falls. Gestural hook onto Zika, and the Culling comes out. Barukia not even that bothered anymore. Now with the Ocean Soul, even Nautilus is hard to take him down at this point. The wave's crashing in. Angel always once again threatening from that mid lane. The Baron wears off though, and the wave can be cleared out without too much problem for LNG. They want to try and threaten. They could go for the Miracle Shuffle for a Pantheon stun. They're looking to try and isolate Angel. Of course, the Shroud comes down and simply walks away.
And he's got invisible.
Yeah, covering right here. Another knockup misses from Zika. Xiaofang doing what he can, but it's we're just you know, checking the watches. We're waiting. We've got buses to catch, everybody. So EDG,
Ocean Soul as well. I mean, this is probably just. Look at how far auto attack or On's auto attacks are reaching as well. Like, he's just constantly farming, constantly destroying the HP bars.
Yeah, Trickling here comes down, hook in from Barukia, trying to force the issue, and ult goes down onto Fish 1, but there's the damage going through. Angel on the backline, 2 turrets be damned, he's still going for the kill, so the Ocean Soul gets it with the swag stasis at the end. Completes the double, makes it a triple, maybe the quadra, but they're already dead. There's no targets left for him. And Angel in a playground in this game. Xiaofang watching outside the window as his own Nexus explodes, sadly. But EDG, we needed
let
them.
him kill the Pantheon.
There we go. Completed the ace. We needed EDG to...
ADG composition that is reliant very heavily on Pays. For AL, that makes the job even easier. It's kill Pays and you're good. If you don't do that, then you know we may begin to struggle. But
some influence on this map to get those important carries scaling up. Remember, we need Pays to be strong for JDG to really play through it later.
Oh, good play here.
Actually, massive damage onto Hope. They've got the barrier. Level 6 has been ticked though, just when he needs it. Pays without the same, and Hope holds on to the ultimate. But now Shun's arrived to potentially keep the pressure on as he snuck past his vision from Kyle, headbutted into range by Chovy.
Costing JD or costing AL on the map means that the Orianna's got to go down to the bot side to catch that. Zaya has to move into the mid lane, and looks like there's a T-piece from the spellbook from anyone's legend, and they're going to try and make the most of this play. With push still happening on that top side, it is giving the window over to AL, and credit to Flandre here, this counter pick of Aurora onto...
It's the secret strat that was very early on release, and we have now tilted away from that, and we've instead settled on the Kraken, but Pays keeping it real with the old school build from a week ago. And is still on the way of the Ruin King as AL actually might want to get in here. Chovy flashing in to get the knock up, and the Galio to follow. Pantheon on that front line struggling. Pays has the ultimate. He is transcendent. He is firing. He is free hitting. The shockwave clips him though. Out comes the equalizer. First kill down to Tarzan. Flandre's arrived. The Aurora damage is big, but JDG already control the fight. Scout, a massive team fight from him. And it's the red side team that open up.
You know, you have to give credit over to Zhaozhu there in that fight as well for all the memes we gave him about the calibration equalizer. He's calibrated, he's back, he's ready.
That one landed square on the chin of AL, no question about it. Scout going to pick up that bot lane turret more or less uncontested right now, assuming he has the wave to do it, as AL, not deterred, will head straight onto the Rift Herald. And JDG, looks like they don't feel confident enough to contest it just now, but folks, if you want to learn to team fight like Scout, please draw your attention to prodiff.gg. All the coaches are players from the LTA, NACL, and ERL system. You can use code LP. Rumble remains deathless, handling the pressure very well this game.
Yeah, and this is not level 5 anymore. The Aurora, the Pantheon, they've got the burst to take you down if they land that stun. Teleport up to the top side, as we are going to see first brick fall for Scout as he TPs up to the top side.
We're in a fight in the river as well. Hope's already dropped the ultimate, but KL buys some more time. Show him around the corner, cannot catch out Hope, but KL is not so lucky. JDG with a 5th kill on the board as they manage to hold on the top turret as well.
Yeah, now they can look to collapse on this top side as well. You can see Flandre took a pretty rough trade at some stage, and now Jun here with the Trundle, the Trinity Force, and that Frozen Domain as well. You can see will absolutely rip through this turret.
Here it is, the real value starting to come online here.
Got 4 series wins, but they were all against FPX and WE, almost the freebies of the LPL that split number 2 Ascend has had, or split 3 of Ascend. We need to repeat that success.
Scout on the flank has been discovered though by Flandre and Tarzan. He's going to maybe lead them on a merry chase right here. Gets the ult off just in time. No vision for AL to stop him, and the Dragon's already done. The fight's still happening. Kale caught in the front line. Massive burst to knock him down. Scout again with another kill. The equalizer slowing the retreat. Shockwave only connects onto 1, and Pays hunting for more. Looking for that first kill. The Unara hungry for the pop-off, but cannot quite get it. JDG split on 2 fronts, but Flandre finds himself abandoned, isolated in the backside of the play. Can escape from Judge. Still has the ult and gets burst
he goes in
as well.
Yep.
Switches position, looks for more. Tarzan's back in. AL with the re-engage. They take down 2, but Xiaoshu hunting down for Shanks. Going to get him range for the harpoon in a bit of a dangerous pincer, but the top laner escapes. And AL firing back in that fight. Now a flash and a stun to clean up yet another kill. And the Atakan started up straight away. And
Flandre actually coming up huge here for anyone's legend. This was a fight that JDG had won. but they thought they'd cut out the Aurora.
On the Unara, still waiting for that gold injection to give him a bit more freedom, a bit more power. The scaling is massive there. Ultimately, we're still waiting for it to come online. Gen.G still confidently contesting this River Vision, though.
And I mean, Spellbook exhaust put down. Yeah, okay, here we go.
Scout onto Shanks right now. Maybe this time they can get the kill done, but watch for the Hope ultimate. Scout is deep with a defensive ultimate to reposition. The Shockwave onto 4, it slows down the rest, but Xiaoshu is in! Burns down the Orianna, and this time anyone's legend can do nothing about it. Gold's so even, but it really feels like Gen.G are in such the driver's seat right now, and so much of it has come from this man in the mid lane, from Scout, who has rocketed back into the rift. The Shroud out caught on the Shockwave. And a bit too aggressive there from the Gen.G support. Gives one back. Scout ready and waiting under the turret. 7 seconds till the hero's entrance comes back in. They'll be able to be comfortably aligned right there with Drow TPing back into the middle. So Gen.G trying to get control of this mid lane push, and AL with the movement into bot side river might lose the turret, but the Dragon's been
Drow double knock
in. That's a nice equalizer. Forces the only ult from Hope. They're looking for Shanks again, but Scout this time can't find it. A Flandre ult does less damage, but Zhuo still abandoned on the front line. Tarzan's in! Perfect target selection. Nails onto Pays. Xiaoshu to follow, and Scout now this time abandoned. It's another great taunt. The damage is huge, but it's not quite enough, and the Infernal Soul will have to wait.
AP Galio triple kills going. Xiaoshu 2. Scout as well. It's Baron time.
Already down to half HP. Flandre getting rid of that blast.
June has flash.
Take the long way around. He's got multiple routes into the pit, but Shanks trying to block him there. Zhuo hex flashing over the wall. He can't make it, and a flash from Jun comes a hair too late.
Up to get him there.
Almost approaching 3 items now as the Unara, still without a kill to their name. Kept both summoners from that fight as well. Just snap decision from Tarzan to catch him too far forward. Eliminates him with the damage from Flandre to help it along. As AL now, wearing the Baron buff, start to clean out these turrets, and the gold lead has exploded to over 5,000 after such an even run game 1. Gen.G finding so many great opportunities. But those clutch team fights now at this pivotal moment have started to turn against them.
Now remember, again, we were still favouring this Gen.G composition if they can make it.
Too far forward, wary of a potential Zhuo hex flash engage. Flandre with the Between Worlds, doesn't achieve too much, but gets the wave into the tower, trying to knock this down. A turret forces him to hop over it. Scout looking for more, but only finds Kale. The equalizer cannot lock anyone in either more. Tarzan, though, knocked up on the front line. Hope can maybe do what he can. There's a choke for him to play in, but Pantheon is going to get pushed into the resurrection. Kyle's in with the ult and back out again. Scout looking for more, but the Shockwave interrupts it. And now Hope is still untouched in the backline. Look at the Blade Caller. AL positioning that team fight beautifully, and Gen.G, they reach for it, but they cannot find the win.
He barely lives here, and in a 2 versus 4, they're going to have to defend their Nexus. With Baron still up for another 8 seconds, anyone's legend here. Going to look for at least 2 inhibitors, but with 30 seconds on both solo laners, I'd be surprised if they don't push for more. I think they're just a little bit worried about the damage that Pays can do and whether or not they can clear the waves. But yeah, let's try and end.
Oh, the clairvoyance from KL, massive to restore the mana of Shanks for this pivotal fight. Zhuo and Pays doing what they can. Heal has been committed, the turret under threat.
Will end up doing a pretty darn decent amount of work. You can already see that bot wave has been sacrificed by Gen.G. They need to get this dragon, they need to take it quickly, and they need to win the fight afterwards, then get back to base before those super minions start wailing away on those structures.
The Xayah Featherstorm has done massive work so far this game to avoid the engages by Zhuo, by Scout, by Shun. Hope has been exactly the reliable carry they needed. Scout currently in the mid lane. He's got level 16. He's got the level 3 ultimate and a possible flank if he wants to go for it. Looks like they're going to bring this dragon down to a flip where Zhuo's popped the ultimate. But there's the force straight away onto Pays again! And Scout can't save him. Shun at least finds the Infernal. It's 1 for 2 right now, but they need to survive. They need to keep the Nexus alive if they want to use it. Tarzan ulting behind to keep the flank. Galio TP's out to get back to the last ditch defense of the base, but this is looking almost hopeless for Gen.G.
Scout and Zhuo versus 4. Now with the Infernal Soul as well, they might be able to clear these waves out. With the Galio's base damage with that Infernal as well, but what can Scout do all on his own and just 1 Nexus turret standing?
Knocked up the damage. Lovely stasis to avoid the Orianna ultimate, but Zhuo completely evaporates and Galio can do no more. He certainly tried his best today, but AL, they're just too strong. The targets, because there's only really two that you want to be diving on. And you
they are
take one away.
Mobile. Yeah.
Yes, if you can get one of them out, you've taken away.
In terms of their speeds, it's not like one completely outpaces the other. But you can see not having access to that attack speed steroid or the attack reset, it's going pretty poorly as... Hold on.
Ooh, Xiaoshu with the flash in, Flandre with the solo kill in top side. Tarzan was ready if needed, but no requirement to get involved. Flandre putting Xiaoshu in his place.
Yeah, that's not good at all for JDG. This was, again, a counter-pick matchup. This is one that they should have had the run of things for, as we are seeing now Tarzan and Jun come to blows.
Tried to weave it out, but shouldn't clips him. Shank's pretty low, but actually forces the issue back onto this Vi. Shank's diving in deep. Low HP it may be, but commits hard for the reward, and Scout can do nothing about it.
Yeah, and unfortunately this early on, the Talia doesn't necessarily have the damage to really compete there or to help out, as Xiaoshu once again finds himself in a bunch of trouble here. Gets knocked up, shield pop.
He's very low. Flandre with one more skill, can't get it done. The grass Brock is big, but Xiaoshu struggling. Tarzan now ready to threaten, actually hope to fish for a flag right there, and they can maybe stop the recall.
Should be able to with Q here, can stop him under the turret. Now Xiaoshu's just going to have to fight his way out through Tarzan.
Tarzan with the red buff keeps him slow. The dashes are good for Ambessa, but can't escape the flag and drag. And a second death for JDG's top side. This is a very different story.
Luxury, right? He can't build into that early Bramble Vest, the early armor to keep himself safe. He has to go for these damage items or he's just useless.
Stunned again with the crash down. This time the Ignite throws it away, I think. And Xiaoshu limping back to tower. He needs to be careful of a dive, if anything. And JDG are aware of this. A TP down from Zhuo again to bail this Ambessa out.
And now this means that the gold that Pace is going to get is now a little harder to come by, right? You know that Zhuo was there to offer support for the Sivir and make it so that she's able to farm safely versus Flandre, but that's just not at all the case anymore. And you can see that actually AL are looking to really push this advantage, trying to make it as difficult as possible for Xiaoshu to get his way back into this game again. I want you to keep your eyes on this experience where Flandre is about to hit level 7. The next time he gets any form of creeps, he's going to be more than happy to ding over it and be in a great spot where, again, Xiaoshu barely able to access level 6 at this point. AL are doing a great job at pushing the pace of this game, and all really off of this Flandre Scion.
It's looking like a game of 3-card multi for JDG right now. They're swapping these lanes back and forth, back and forth. You can't tell is all that's needed right there. Scout just cannot touch this man with a tear in lucidity boots. It's Tarzan starting up the grubs. Now, there's a contest from JDG here. We've got a bit of movement, bit of action on the map right here. Zhuo into the pit, right back out.
Oh no, the timing!
Connects to the TP perfectly from AL's top side, and Scout just disappears. And now Tarzan with the Cataclysm gets a flash out of Zhuo. Hope will hunt them out of the river there. But that is just exceptional from Flandre.
And you have to assume that that's chance. That is just pure coincidence. But Scout had flash. I don't know that there was a frame that he could use it. Like, that timing was just so perfect.
Something for Pace. Here we go. And Hope are going to be just, trundling towards that Triforce without a care in the world. As AL with some aggressive positioning around this bot tower. It's a 3v3 for now. No AD carries present, and Shun with big damage. Scout as well. With the Vi Talia combo, Cataclysm is dropped. Shun slips away. Zhuo on the wrong side of town, but in back goes the Vi. A clutch shield for Tarzan keeps him alive, and Scout now shredded down by the Sand Soldiers. JDG, a valiant effort, but AL stands strong again.
And this is Shanks' Azir again. You're trying to go toe-to-toe with one of the best Azirs that we have. Hope, though.
Hope pays. Oh, BF sword time. Here's for something in the mid lane. The barrier's traded. Flash for Hope, but Pays with a solo kill. Let's go.
Let's give it up for something.
Evenly, but Pays has the potion ticking, you can see, critically.
Big one goes wide there. He flashes over both Q and another rocket. So Pace does really well. Hold on, they're fighting again.
And we return to the scene of the crime here for AL, but this time it's looking a little different. TP from Xiaoshu, though, can maybe threaten Shanks to keep him out of there. Scoop back, but Flandre running the train over JDG once again. And it goes even worse the second time around.
Yeah, that one was Flandre with a nuclear missile just targeting Scout. that ulti destined for the Talia's face as anyone's legend running roughshot over this bot side, absolutely tearing JDG to sunders, and it's really not getting any better for this JDG roster. Everything getting, honestly, pretty difficult for them. Well, let's use this time to get a little bit more, or a few more items, really. Well, we know that AL aren't going to be able to make a play on the map. They are able to make a play for neutral objectives, so that's going to be good enough for JDG to say, yep, we're out of there. Actually, we've had enough. And I think really it's on that third item. And Pays, unfortunately, this game, he probably has to go LDR, right? Like, you're not cutting through Sion without it.
League of Legends has offered an objective for them to take, and again, JDG looks like they're trying to contest this time, though.
I mean, they're late coming into this. This is pretty much already gone, and there's a Sion behind them as well. Oh no, oh no.
Get out, oh dear. Flandre crashing in again. Just Xiaoshu though. Doesn't take too much damage, not that Shun can really do anything about that as the Weaver's Wall slows AL from following up. The Atakan's already done.
Good wall there from Scout to stop AL from just slaughtering them in the river, but again, they lost out on the Atakan and it feels like they'd kind of just forgotten that it was going to happen. AL did a really good job at just making sure they were in the right place to make sure that they could take down both of those neutral objectives without too much of a say-so. Not that I think that the fight would have been winning for JDG if they'd have gone to take it, but if they were going to decide to do that fight, it would have been good to see them be there a little bit earlier on.
JDG back to the drawing board. No objectives contested in the last few minutes. The items slowly trickling in. It is the last whisper for Pays, so we're shooting for the LDR, but it's a long way to go there as Tarzan now, tired of waiting, heads on to Shun and will potentially force the flash. There it goes, but another flash in from Kale, gets another from Scout. Cataclysm from Tarzan. This is between two towers, remember, but it just doesn't matter. Hope's 2 items deep, and he's got the burst to knock down Talia.
Yeah, and you can see Pays there again. Large amounts of DPS uptime. Let's look at the HP bars of AL. Oh, one Redemption has done all of the work that Sivir did in that team fight, and that's the flash forced from the Sivir as well. Tarzan still has flash, so the next time his ulti comes back up, you can guarantee this Talia, this Sivir are going to be the targets, they're going to be the focus. And as much as we talked about the fact that this AL comp has only really got...
Series is in their control, game 2 is as well. You can play it by the book.
Play it nice and slow, nice and easily, just like you say.
Andre.
Got your eyes, cross your T's as... Spell shield?
Pays.
Oh, okay, just on the wrong side of the wall.
The Xiaoshu as well, the mobility helping Ambessa slip out of danger right there. JDG aggressively posturing, they ult in onto Tarzan. In fact, Pays needs to get into position. He can't auto-attack. Where's the damage? Xiaoshu is deep, wasting some time. Tarzan's back in, he gets stunned up, but Shanks has arrived, slides in with the shuffle, and eliminates the carries of JDG. Dro now the last one to head back to base. That's John Dorian Gaming, the way they got scrubbed out right there.
That's a 5-0, and that's a fight that just wasn't even close. The gold lead will paint you the picture of this game, unfortunately, and anyone's legend here back to their winning ways from the rough hangover they had to start out this split. And I mean, this was a series that was, you know, Zhuo left to the wolves, kind of, please guys, let me out, let me live, and that was a no.
It was in fact not a time to go in, unfortunately, for Scout and Pays. The well-known, experienced, tenured carries of JDG just cannot get it done today as Jarvan, again looking for more Flandre, eternally on the flank, ready to cut them off. Zhuo picked apart, a flash with a Cataclysm. Pays with nowhere left to run. And AL, by the book again, the fights are just unlosable, the gold lead is insurmountable. And this series looks like it's not long for this world.
And they're spoiled for choice here, Trajan. They've got Sol, they've got Baron, they've got mid lane turrets. Like, what do they want from this position? Well, they've taken down 4. I mean, by the book is true because they see that the enemy jungle is alive and they're going to take them down before they head to the big purple worm.
And forget the objectives. There's another kill to pick up on the map. Inhib turret falls, but the inhib still stands. No supers just yet. Now the Baron and the Sol could be an option. Got some respawns coming in here. Scout's going to be able to get down on the map, but Shun, that jungler dying last. Devastating for JD's hopes. Baron, I mean, surely going to be taken.
Even if AL haven't spent
that option, sadly, that critical 4-item mark that we need for Pays to hit that breakpoint is looking further and further away. The Soul now picked up matched up with the Baron buff, matched up with a 17,000 gold lead. Flandre wasting no time getting the spot push on the go.
It's the final, part of this siege. You'd like to think is take down the 2 inhibitors that are open, use the Baron to do that. I mean, for JDG, what do you even do in this position? You don't really have a good engaged threat with the Vi, who's going to go in and just get blown up immediately. The Ambessa, the same thing. It's just a really sad spot. Oh my god, Tarzan!
FaZe gets away from the Cataclysm. He's getting to right-click at least, but Shanks' right-clicks, they just look a little bit better, guys. 2 deaths already. Xiaoshu hounded from his own base. And just like that, anyone's legend wrap it up without a second thought. That's them locked for upper bracket, everybody. JDG, sadly,